momento esto empeora más. Observen el portón del edificio allá, destruido.
You can just look at it and hear it and see what it's doing behind me as we speak. I can actually see a tree snap in half. Anyone on the roads at this point is in great danger. This is the kind of wind, well over 120 miles per hour, that could blow your car off the road and that could make you airborne if you go out there. This was really the worst fear for Puerto Rico. They haven't seen this, according to the governor, in 100 years. A major storm with a direct hit on the populated eastern part of Puerto Rico. The governor issuing dire warnings, saying this is going to be a catastrophic storm. It is life-threatening, both because of the wind and because of the rain and the potential flooding and mudslides that could follow. So for the next couple days, this U.S. territory of 3.5 million people is really going to be on edge. We are seeing trees snap. We are seeing debris fly from the roofs of buildings. I'm here with Chris Pontius, Patrick Muskoff, and Madeline Firsty. Right now, we're in a concrete parking garage in between two levels, and the garage itself is actually shaking. So if you're in a wooden house with a zinc roof, as many people in central Puerto Rico are, you're in a life-threatening situation. This is a terrifying morning for this island. Back to you guys.
Steve, I've got a question for you. Because it has been so long since Puerto Rico has taken a direct hit from a big storm like this, are the shelters fortified to protect people if people have gone to the local shelters?
This is terrible timing for a storm here in Puerto Rico. They're still reeling from Irma 2 weeks ago. The island is bankrupt, so they began to lose electricity when the storm was 40 miles away. Without electricity in many parts of this island, you don't have running water. So this is terrible timing. Bankrupt, still hurt by Irma, 40,000 people without power before the storm even began. So no, they're not ready. They were going door to door with bullhorns in low-lying areas saying, you know, get out of here, you're going to die if you're still here. But as of this morning, reports of only 4,000 or 5,000 people in shelters. They've opened up 500 shelters. President Trump has issued an emergency declaration. FEMA said they are going to help afterward with water and electricity. But for the next 12 hours, you know, it's not like in Florida where you can get in the car and drive to safety. Airports are closed. These people are largely on their own without power for the next day.
All right, Steve Harrigan live in Puerto Rico.
Hurricane Maria continues to pull northwest. It'll be pushing away from Puerto Rico as we go through the afternoon hours. Certainly, there's going to be reports of damaging winds across the area, but some of the information we're getting in now at AccuWeather here is that the flooding is the biggest issue, life-threatening flooding going on. We're getting reports of rainfall of 4 to 5 inches per hour in some of these bands. Now, the radar in Puerto Rico and San Juan's out. We're showing you the satellite estimated rainfall, and you can see the yellow and orange shading with that heavy rain slowly making its way north and northwest. All right, here are the impacts in Puerto Rico. Flooding rain, damaging wind, inundating seas, and of course, we're still trying to recover from Irma, which wasn't a direct hit in Puerto Rico, but still lots of people without power even before Maria hit this morning. Now, we're going to get these impacts along the north coast of the Dominican Republic, but at this point, I don't think it's going to be as extreme as what's going on in Puerto Rico. The movement of Irma will continue to be north and west or northwest. The next islands would be Thursday night, Friday, the Turks and Caicos. If we get this turn to the north, the worst will be spared those islands. And then early next week, along the eastern seaboard, it gets a little tricky with this track. There are certainly scenarios and tracks that would take Maria out to sea, but it is way too early, or maybe premature would be the better word, to rule out anybody along the eastern seaboard at this point. Stay tuned to AccuWeather.com.